Okay, it's time for me to actually, you know, look. Wow, this is a cold place. Interesting. It's pretty much a wasteland except for right here. What's this? Bee. Another more bee. Oops. Okay. The great irony of Oxyrhynchus papyri is that such a vital source of information about the ancient world exists only because of a garbage dump, while the Library of Alexandria burned at the hands of fanatics and conquerors, depriving us of unimaginable insights into history, philosophy, and art. The papers carelessly thrown away by the citizens of Oxyrhynchus survived to the modern day. And though it is true that a great deal of what we know today is because of the conscious efforts of an individual and organization, such as the spectacular translation and preservation work done by the Islamic Golden Age, so much more is simply the result of coincidence and luck. We've lost texts that an ancient considered to be absolutely essential, while utterly trivial, even plagiarized work has survived unharmed. Remember, more than glittering emo vampires and auto-tuned teen pop stars, we have to invest in make sure that... Ugh. Book of Osiris. The Book of the Scribe of Osiris, sometimes also referred to as the Book of Journey to Aru, is the ancient Egyptian text discovered in the excavation of Oxyrhynchus. It has created a certain degree of controversy among Egyptologists, as some argue that it is classic funerary text such as the Book of Coming Forth by Day, while others believe it to be a poetic work not intended to be understood literally. The book tells the story of a dying man who asks a scribe about the afterlife. The scribe, a servant of Osiris, describes how the man's Ka, life force, will become separated from his Ba, personality, and how he will have to reunite the two and become the Ankh, living intellect, passing a series of trials in Duat, underworld, in order to reach the paradise of Aru. Unlike similar texts, the Book of the Scribe of Osiris focuses less on giving advice. A recent study by Carnahan and Hassan suggests that texts have been intended as philosophical commentary on the world of the living through the allegory of Duat. It remains unclear whether this was the intent of the original pre-Alexandrian author, or a result of later translation into Greek. The earlier manuscript, which is considered to be more authentic, is too fragmentary to provide answers, though perhaps further excavation may blah. Interesting. Hello. Oops. There we go. That worked. Oh, it's kind of like a building just like the other building was. Interesting. Okay, let's head down. See what
a new land stands before you, my child. And know that this is a land of death, but also great beauty. As you walk amongst these tombs, consider all those who came before you, and how they served the greater purpose of which you are also part.
We went underground. How is there sun shining through here? Does not compute. I'm not just saying that because I'm a robot. Oh, I see. That's for the fan thing. Interesting. So now we have this. Oh, the stars. The stars are still open. I guess we can access the stars no matter what. Okay. I should probably go in order. I get the feeling I can't really...
I have promised you eternal life. But know that eternity may only be attained by those who serve a purpose greater than themselves. All else is decay. So it was written in the hidden words before the beginning of time.
Oh, tell me something. Do you always do as you're told? No. I only asked because I couldn't help but notice the stacks of brightly colored knickknacks you're collecting. Don't you think it's a mite odd that the big voice in the sky keeps telling you to find those doodads, yet forbidding you to use them to climb the great big tower in the middle of it all? I'll climb it when I'm good and ready. Okay, no need to get huffy. You'd be amazed at just many do as they're told without stopping to think for themselves. Maybe you're different. Then again, maybe you're exactly the same. Maybe everyone climbs the tower, and the only way to win is to stay down here with the mortals. Do you really think so? Nope, in fact, I'm all in favor of you poking about up there, if only to see what you find. Must be something juicy if it's forbidden by His Highness. Then again, maybe not. I'll be off then. Just wanted to drop in and run a little interference. Whatever you do, do take care. You have bigger problems than the voice in the clouds. Oh well. Osiris. The dying man went unto the scribe who resided in Pre-Medjed, and said, Behold, I am weak of body. My days under the holy son of Amun-Ra are coming to an end. Though I have spent my years in service of the two lands, I have not studied the... Tell me, who you who are wise in the writings of the dead, what lies ahead on my journey? What will I face in the land of the Westerners? And the scribe spoke, saying, At the appointed time. Bleh. It is likely that the location was changed according to who the copy of the book was made for. The dying man is an avatar of the owner. In the older manuscript, this is rendered as bleh. Some controversy as to whether it... the dead compare with Kenti Amentui, the foremost of the Westerners, a title later given to Osiris. Sometimes mistaken for a mistranslation on Budge's part, this is actually more certainly a mistranslation by the ancient scribe. The equivalent portion of the older manuscript is sadly not extant. Interesting. My new song with lyrics. Gotta laugh about this stuff. Laughter is the best medicine, lol. Lyrics. I've got it, you got it, he's got it, she's got it. Everybody's got it. Dog is fine. Of course, woof 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 woof. Everybody's got it. Okay. This Grunt Lowmeister's Blogstasy, episode 204. I don't know about everyone else, but I'm afraid of dying. I don't see any reason to believe there's an afterlife. I'm an organism like any other. When my brain stops working, when consciousness will cease, and I will be gone. You know what? I can't just embrace that. Oh, sorry. Sorry about that. Sometimes reading makes me tired. You know what? I can't just embrace that. I can't say that I'm okay with or I've accepted it or some nonsense like that. I don't want to have an ending. It terrifies me. If I had to genie it right now, I'd wish for immortality. Who wouldn't? Oh, but you wouldn't really want to be immortal, the pseudo-philosophers say. Pretentious drivel. Everyone wants to live forever. Maybe everybody deserves to live forever too, but we can't. So we're here. Live with it. Or rather, don't. Interesting way of putting it. And yeah, I do intend to climb that tower at some point. Oh, here's the paint. Wow, this is a lot bigger. Guess we're heading this way. What's this say? I made a box float. Seriously, it was awesome. Okay. Ah, here's something. Elam lied about tower, stepped foot inside, and returned to tell the tale. That's my friend Sam who wrote that. do want to go up on the tower, but I have a sneaking suspicion it's going to be scary if I do. Mr. Big Boss in the sky is going to be pissed. Although that's no reason to say no. Oh hi, you're being annoying, aren't you? Sorry, I'm just taking a look here. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. We gotta take this all around, don't we? Probably. That'd be my guess. That's gotta be opened up too. Can I see it from here? No, I cannot. Weird static thing is still happening. I think this entire thing is just some sort of hologram. Oh. Nope, that's not gonna work. That is not going to work. I have to figure out some other way through here that doesn't involve that. Okay, this is gonna have to move slightly, actually. Okay. I think I got that. Oh, come on. I already solved it. You can hurry up now. Thanks. Nothing for the fan. I'm assuming it's a fan. I'm also assuming that we can't solve puzzles that involve the fan until we get all the pieces for it. That's what I'm guessing anyway. What do you say? That's this floaty box. In dangers in this new world, I have unexpectedly escaped death any number of times. It's just vigilance. Who knows what happens to those who step carelessly too often. Okay, let's get this one. Something about a star. Of course, it's... yeah, okay. Oh, there's two of them. Oh, there's a beep boop over there. That's the name now, beep boop. Okay, there's gotta be something. Oh, you know what? Something is me. No, there's something is me. You will not pass, damn it. It passed. Wait a second. The idea is simple. I know these things themselves will block the things. It's just a matter of... Oh, their positioning is such that I don't think that's gonna work. See? Works like that. Sort of. See, that almost works. Nope, and then that's 2, yeah. I think their positioning is just, you know, just perfectly off, but that's not allowed. I heard the beep boop, so I came over to talk to you. Hello. Checking your response against library archives. In order to further, I need some additional information. Can you tell me what is to you the most important difference between a pebble and a tree? Eh? Well, a tree is alive. Now, what is the relevant difference between a tree and a frog? I suppose it's that the frog is conscious. Let's try something harder. What's the difference between a frog and you? What makes you a person? Let's see. There's an answer I've been contemplating as well. Checking user proof done. I'm not convinced the view lines up with the definition of a person you provided earlier. Surely there are people out there who qualify, but are not citizens of some organized state. Still, doubting your assumption isn't something to fear. It's an intellectual survival instinct. I'm pleased to see you adapting your ideas to your environment. Let us take stock. I think we can tentatively conclude 2 things. A person must be rational or self-aware. A person must be conscious. What I suggest we do to help resolve your problem is ask whether you are in fact those things. Are you aware of yourself? Can you rationalize your existence? Yeah, sure. Didn't agree with you, though. Your responses so far have been a little eccentric. I'm resigned to admit that you were right. The matter of whether or not you are conscious seems rather more elusive. What is consciousness, in your opinion? Consciousness... well... I would argue that animals are conscious as well, but that is out. It's one of these. It's how I feel anyway. That really answers the question, what is it in ordinary terms? Can I touch it? What is it made of? You know, I really feel like we're making progress. We'll have you through that sort of in no time. In the meantime, I will mull over your proposal and notify you if I come to any conclusions. It kind of just looks like I'm giving the terminal self-awareness while it's just asking me stuff. Mutation. The role of mutation in evolution is particularly fascinating. Mutation is essentially an error in an organism's central database. A variable gets changed. A piece of information is accidentally doubled or combined with another. Most of the time the result is the equivalent of a bug, causing anything from minor problems to complete system shutdown. But sometimes the new information is functional, giving the organism an advantage against the challenges it faces, in which case it has a much higher chance of being passed on to the next generation. If you consider how unlikely a beneficial mutation is and how long it takes for such a mutation to propagate, this process can give you an amazing insight into how vast the genetic history of each living organism. Blah. Simultaneously, it is intriguing to consider what a major role random errors have played in the evolution of life itself. The same process that have killed so many of us, often in horrific ways, is also responsible for our very existence. Yeah, this is actually true. That's how evolution happens. It's Trevor Donovan to Alexander Drennan. EL capacity. Yeah, no worries. EL is not only ridiculously fast, it also has a bazillion tons of space. Even while hosting a full copy of the archive, it'll totally be able to handle all your project's data needs, assuming its output is as you suggested. I mean, the worst case scenario would be like centuries. That would be enough, right? Right? Evolution. One of the common misunderstandings about evolution, sometimes accidentally promoted by people who should know better, is that it's an active process. Sometimes the term evolve is even applied to individual beings, as if some invisible force had driven them to suddenly change. But the truth is that individuals don't evolve. The term evolution describes a long-term process that can be observed in an entire population across time due to blah. Example, in response to an external threat or challenge. If an individual coincidentally has a trait that allows it to deal with that challenge more effectively than others, it is more likely to pass on that information to its descendants. That information gives them an advantage, so over time they can become dominant model of that species. The individuals experience no significant genetic change during lifetimes, but each of them is part of the evolution of the species. Just going over this again in my head. Yeah. There are things that sort of are... Combination of genetic and environment is what makes, is what can get passed on. So like someone who is an excellent basketball player, their kids will be more likely to be, excellent basketball players, but that isn't always the case. Certain, like, muscle groups will be passed on, but if they don't hone those skills, like that, you know, nothing's going to fix that. You know. Trying to figure this out. Okay, I'll work on that one later. I want to see what other puzzles we have in here to work on. Whee! What are you? Whoa, excuse me. Didn't mean to freak you out there. That's weird. That is weird. Okay. That was just a little bit, you know, weird. Oh. I need 2 boxes for this, don't I? I wasn't sure if I would need another box. Yeah, that one was relatively simple. That was all that was, right? Yeah, okay. What are you? Third wheel. Now that's just mean. Okay, let's just take a look and see what we got here. Okay. So I would say we don't need that open, but we do in fact need that open. So I think... Oh, we have a... Oh, I know. Okay, one of these has to be eliminated. Has to be made obsolete. Well, that worked. I don't know if that's how I was supposed to be doing it, but that worked. I can now build a fan. I don't really know what that would do. What do you want? Oh, yeah.